This is the 2026 World Cup. For the first time, the tournament is being hosted across three countries: the United States, Canada, and Mexico. That means big stadiums, huge crowds, crazy travel schedules, expensive tickets, and probably a lot of fans trying to explain soccer to their American friends. Today, we are going to take a fun look at some of the most interesting teams in this World Cup. Not a boring analysis, not a serious tactical lecture, just a simple, funny, and easy-to-follow guide to the teams, the stars, the drama, and the stories people are talking about. Let's start with Argentina. Argentina arrives as the defending champion. And of course, when people hear Argentina, they think of Lionel Messi. Even if he is getting older, Messi is still Messi. He may walk for most of the game, but the moment he touches the ball, everyone suddenly remembers why he is one of the greatest players in history. Argentina also has players like Emiliano Martinez, who turns every penalty shootout into a personal theater show. And then there is De Paul, who sometimes looks less like a midfielder and more like Messi's personal bodyguard. Argentina may not be as young as some other teams, but they have experience, confidence, and that champion energy. Next, England. Every major tournament, England fans say the same thing. It's coming home. And every time, the rest of the world waits to see what kind of heartbreak will happen next. But this time, England actually looks dangerous. They have young stars, expensive players, and a squad that looks like it was built in career mode. Jude Bellingham is the type of player who can disappear for most of the game, then suddenly score and make everyone call him world-class again. Harry Kane is still the main striker, and England finally looks like a team that can attack with real confidence. But with England, there is always one question. Will they win the tournament, or will they create another Netflix documentary? Now let's talk about Japan. Japan is one of the most organized teams in the world. They may not always have the biggest stars, but they play like a team that actually reads the instruction manual. They press well, pass well, run a lot, and somehow always make big teams uncomfortable. Japan has become the team that nobody wants to face. Because if you underestimate them, they will turn your World Cup dream into a very quiet flight home. South Korea is a little different. Korea often depends more on star power. When their biggest players are in form, they can be exciting. But when the team is not balanced, things can get messy fast. Still, South Korea always brings energy, speed, and fans who never stop believing. Brazil is Brazil. When people think of the World Cup, they think of Brazil. 5 titles, legendary players, samba football, beautiful skills, and a history that no other country can copy. But modern Brazil is a little different. The talent is still there. Vinicius Jr. is one of the most dangerous wingers in the world. The squad is still full of skill. But Brazil fans expect perfection. If Brazil wins 3-0, some fans will still ask why it was not 5-0. That is the problem with being Brazil. You are not just expected to win. You are expected to win beautifully. Germany is another giant. Germany does not usually come to tournaments just to participate. They come with structure, discipline, and the energy of a team that treats soccer like an engineering project. Of course, they have had some embarrassing moments in recent World Cups. But when Germany is serious, nobody wants to be the team standing in front of them. Germany can look boring for 10 minutes, then suddenly score 3 goals and make the other team question their life choices. Portugal is one of the most interesting teams this year. On paper, their midfield looks incredible. They have technical players, creative players, and of course, Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo is no longer the young flying machine from his Manchester United days. But even now, people still watch him because he is Ronaldo. Every touch becomes a headline. Every goal becomes history. Every missed chance becomes a debate show. Portugal has the talent to go very far. The only question is whether the team plays together or whether everyone starts acting like the main character. The Netherlands is famous for beautiful soccer. Total football, orange shirts, great players, and somehow, still no World Cup trophy. They have reached finals before. They have had legendary teams before. But the trophy has always escaped them. This year, they still look strong. Van Dijk brings experience. Frenkie de Jong brings control. Cody Gakpo brings attacking quality. The Netherlands may not be the top favorite, but they're the kind of team that can quietly go deep before people realize what is happening. Belgium is a sad story. A few years ago, Belgium had a golden generation. Kevin De Bruyne, Eden Hazard, Courtois, Lukaku, Company, and many more. That team looked like it was built to win something big. But time moves fast. Some players got older. Some lost form. Some became more famous for memes than goals. Belgium is still talented, but the golden generation feeling is almost gone. Now they are trying to prove they are not just a team from the past. Spain is another big name. Spain used to dominate the world with tiki-taka. Short passes, control, patience, and opponents chasing the ball like it was a cruel fitness test. This year, Spain still has great technical players. They can control games. They can create chances. But sometimes, the biggest opponent for Spain is not the other team. It is finishing. When Spain knows how to score, they are scary. When they do not, it feels like watching someone build a beautiful house and forget the door. France is one of the strongest teams every year. And the main reason is simple. Kylian Mbappé. Mbappé in a World Cup feels different. He is fast, confident, direct, and always dangerous. France has depth, experience, and players who can change a game in seconds. Even when they do not play perfectly, they still have enough talent to win. That is what makes France terrifying. They do not need a perfect game. They just need one moment. Now, let's talk about the United States. The U.S. is one of the host nations, and this World Cup is a huge opportunity for American soccer. In America, the best athletes often choose basketball, American football, or baseball. Soccer is growing, but it is still fighting for attention. That is why this World Cup matters so much. If the U.S. team performs well at home, it could inspire a new generation of American soccer fans. The U.S. may not be the favorite to win the whole thing, but they are dangerous enough to make noise. And with home support, anything can happen. Canada is also hosting. For a long time, Canada was not known as a soccer country. Most people thought of hockey first, but that has changed. Canada now has faster players, better development, and more confidence than before. They are not just happy to be here anymore. They want to prove they belong. And honestly, that makes them fun to watch. Mexico is the third host nation, and among the three, Mexico has the deepest World Cup tradition. Mexican fans are passionate. The atmosphere is loud. The pressure is huge. Mexico has one famous problem: getting past the round of 16. For years, they kept reaching that stage and then going home. So for Mexico, the question is not just, can they play well? The real question is, can they finally break the curse? Norway is one of the most exciting teams because of Erling Haaland. Haaland is like a goal-scoring robot that was built in a cold mountain lab. If you give him space, he scores. If you give him one chance, he probably scores. If you blink, he may have already scored twice. Norway also has Martin Odegaard, one of the smartest midfielders in Europe. Together, they give Norway a real chance to surprise people. Egypt has Mohamed Salah. And when a team has Salah, people pay attention. He is fast, experienced, and dangerous in big moments. Egypt may not be the biggest favorite, but they have enough quality to make any match uncomfortable. Switzerland is the kind of team people forget about until they ruin someone's tournament. They are organized, disciplined, and hard to beat. They may not be flashy, but they are annoying in the best possible way. Nobody celebrates drawing Switzerland in a knockout match. Uruguay is always physical, intense, and difficult. They play with passion. They tackle hard. They fight for everything. With players like Valverde, they have energy and quality in midfield. Uruguay may not always look beautiful, but they are built for battle. Colombia is another team that can be dangerous. South American teams often bring speed, strength, emotion, and physicality. Colombia has players who can hurt you in transition and make the game uncomfortable. They are not a team you want to face when they are confident. Morocco is a team people should respect. After their incredible run in 2022, nobody sees them as a small team anymore. They are organized, fearless, and very hard to break down. Morocco proved that they can compete with anyone. And now, they are not just trying to surprise people. They are trying to confirm they belong with the best. Then we have the underdogs. Teams that may not have superstar names. Teams that most casual fans do not know much about. But that is part of what makes the World Cup special. Every tournament gives us a surprise. A goalkeeper becomes a hero. A small nation wins a shocking match. A player nobody knew becomes famous overnight. That is the magic of the World Cup. It is not only about the favorites. It is about the stories. The big teams bring the pressure. The small teams bring the dreams. And somewhere between them, history happens. So, who will win the 2026 World Cup? Argentina has the champion experience. France has Mbappé. Brazil has talent. England has hope. Portugal has star power. Germany has structure. Spain has control. And the United States has home advantage. But in the World Cup, predictions are dangerous. One red card, one penalty, one mistake, or one moment of genius can change everything. That is why we watch. Not because we already know the ending, but because we do not. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy simple soccer stories, fun facts, and animated explanations, subscribe for more. See you in the next video.